Hey,
Papa Smurf, what's up with that?
don't you like that?
And you should have told me that I wore a blue shirt.
So,
What?
so the story behind that is Ronnie Russell gave me that nickname. We were
Okay.
uh, we were at the Colonel's house and we
All right.
had a get together. Okay, and long story short, I woke up in a blue, some kind of felt off of a blanket. I don't know how that happened, but he said you look like Papa Smurf. So
Well, it's a good thing that they weren't just messing with you and painted your face blue.
exactly. So that's how that went. So how's everything going with you, man?
It is good, brother. How about you?
Oh, everything's good. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
We did. My sister-in-law ordered way too much food. We had enough food to feed two armies, let alone one. So it was crazy.
Really?
Tons of leftovers.
Okay. Well, how's the weather?
Weather's been decent. We've only got a little bit of snow, but other than that, it turned out okay. And actually, me and my boys went golfing last Thursday or Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't discuss the weather because it pisses y'all off. So I won't tell you what it's like here. So
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. But hey, you can't help where the wife's got the good job here, so we got to stick around.
Well, it's a little cooler today now. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it was kind of, I don't know, maybe 32 this morning when I got up. So
yeah.
But Saturday it was like 72 degrees.
Yeah, when we talked the other day, you said it was nice and toasty warm.
Yeah, you told me you was gonna kick me in the ding dong when we get to Indianapolis, right?
Oh, and you're gonna welcome to a Midwest winter in Indianapolis. We'll see you there.
I hear you. So what we're going to do is on tap tonight, we're going to bring some folks in. These folks, I met these folks at Michelle's birthday party in Nashville. Okay. That's friends of Ronnie Michelle. Okay. So chit chatted, got to know him real well. We were sitting in the VIP lounge. It was this gentleman and his wife, and me and Kenyon. We was holding the fort down till they got there. Just having a great time. So, stayed in contact off and on a little bit. And then last is in Indianapolis. Okay. And this lady walked by. And I'm like, she looks familiar. Like, who is she? And then this big heavyset dude's walking behind her. And I'm like, oh shit, that's her husband. So I don't need to be looking at her. I said, but damn, this dude looks familiar. Who's he seen these people before? And so we were standing in, you and I were standing in the pro shop, Timmy Mac's place.
Mac's pro shop, yeah.
Yeah, and you went and took off to see some other people. And then I was like, God, I know these people. I swear I know these people. And so I went up to the dude. I was like, that way I'm not going to get, smacked around for looking at somebody's wife or whatever, I was like, hey, do I know you? He said, yeah, you know me. And I'm like, is that your wife? He said, dude, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with people sometimes. I'm telling you.
See, that's why you hang out with me, because I remember everybody's names.
Oh, yeah, you do. And it doesn't matter if you're, doing the whistle or whatever, So, so this special guest that we're bringing on tonight, these are more than super fans. These guys are stalkers.
Oh yeah, well, I've been called that too, and I think they're as passionate about the game as I am. So I enjoy it. I'm glad that they're here.
So we're going to bring them on for a few minutes. We're going to chat with them, and we'll bring them into the add to the stage here. This is the gentleman's name is Lloyd, and his wife's name is Lori, and Lloyd and Lori Little, and they're the PBA super fans / stalkers / let's chase EJ, AJ, Ronnie down, and
Marshall.
Marshall, all these guys, yeah. So we're gonna bring these folks in, and we're gonna chat to them for a few minutes. So hey guys, welcome to the group.
What's going on, fellas?
Hello.
What up, Deucey?
We can only see one of you at a time.
All right, is this better?
Yeah.
You might want to act like you love each other just for about 10 minutes.
A little bit now.
Just act like you love each other for about 10 minutes. So, So you heard the guys when you're waiting. You heard what we were talking about, you know?
Right.
I swear, when she walked by, I was like, I know this lady somewhere. And then I say, like, these people go together. But y'all are like every other couple. You're like 40 feet apart.
Right.
Exactly.
So anyway, so welcome in to the program. This is a segment that we're doing once a month. It's called Super Fans. So we wanted to bring you guys in. So share about your PBA experiences, because you're in the inner circle like we are, and a lot of people don't get to see the things that we get to see or participate in the things that we would participate in. So talk about your relationship with EJ and AJ, Ronnie and Marshall and all these guys. So
Yeah, how'd you get involved with all of it?
how'd you get involved with these guys?
Well, it actually started over cars
With EJ.
with EJ.
Okay,
It started here in Thunderbolt,
right,
and I asked him about first time I ever talked to him. I asked him about a ball,
right,
and he was talking about a car. We got talking about his Papaw's truck,
right.
which is a nice little 2-wheel drive single cab pickup, 95 or 96.
Okay.
And he asked, well, what could he do to it? And I said, well, what do you want to do to it? First of all, because with that truck, you could do anything because it had the 5.7, the 350 in it.
Right.
It's 2-wheel drive, I said, what do you want to do with it? I said, everything's cool. Wide open from there. And that's really where it progressed from. And we were in Chicago.
Okay.
And for the summer series.
Right.
And we were talking and walked in the door, didn't get 10 feet in the door, and just during the practice session. EJ looked at me and says, you're the one I want to talk to. Now, Brett was standing right there, and they're going over how to lay out a couple of pieces of equipment to attack this week.
Right.
The upcoming week. And he just stopped what he was doing right there and just had a talk with me. And, we went right into cars, and AJ heard it. And that's how we progressed with AJ.
But then we went to Fairlawn 2020, right before COVID.
Okay, so now why did you go? Are you stalking these guys already? Because you had the one-on-one conversation. You're like, so now I know these
years,
Well, she had never been to anything like that, and I'd never really been to Tournament of Champions either. And we took a couple days off of work and just drove down and said, why not?
So then EJ invited us out with them to a bar, which was right across from our hotel. So we went out there. AJ was there. Kayla was there. Natalie, a whole bunch of people.
Right.
Dom and Stu Williams was there.
Yeah.
Don Barrett.
So I don't know, 1:00 in the morning, I just said, EJ, I said, Lloyd's got Tackett's in his family. And EJ's like, really? And so Lloyd's like, yeah, but they're from Kentucky, so you wouldn't know him because we're assuming, he's just from Indiana.
Right.
So then EJ goes, what part of the Kentucky? And Lloyd goes, oh, it's the eastern part. You wouldn't know. It's just a small coal mining town. And he's like, tell me what part. And so you said Pike County, right?
Yeah, I said Pike County.
Pike County. And EJ goes, Virgie, and Lloyd's jaw hit the table.
Wow.
Nobody knows Virgie. It's like 300 or 500 people, little tiny town. So Lloyd's grandmother and EJ's great-grandfather are cousins, like first cousins or something. So that's how we found out they were related. And it's just progressed from there. Now his mama welcomes us in, and when are we going to come over for dinner, that kind of thing. And because we're family now, so it's like everybody.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's the way Ronnie put it to me. Is like you start out with fans, you become friends, and now you're family.
Yep.
So that's a cool story. I mean, we've shared our stories before, but I just want to know how you guys got to be, professional stalkers.
Exactly.
That's
just kind of like you guys,
Yeah.
just started out and as a fan, and then just stuck around, and next thing you know, they're like,
stuck around. Did you catch that dude?
They're
just stuck around, hoping.
Persistence is key. I mean, if they see you multiple times, they're like, because I bowled with Wes Malott one time, and so then like a year later, I talked to him. He's so quiet early on, and I was like,
Yep.
"Yeah, hey, I bowled with you one time." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's where I remember you from." So the more persistence you can do, the better.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, like Belmo, we walked into Thunder Bowl and they were during
during their practice,
No,
during match play.
match play, and he saw us and he goes, "Hi guys," you know. It was like, hey, Belmo knows us, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's funny because I tell people all the time, I'm like, hey, man, it's really cool because we all know who these people are. I mean, the average bowling fan says, hey, I know who EJ is. I know who AJ is, blah, blah, blah. But when I can say, yeah, but the cool thing about it is they know my name. That's what makes me feel cool. When they can say, hey, Deuce, what's up? Good to see you. Like,
Exactly.
We go to their house, you know, we hang out with them, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of the PBA fans that are out there don't understand. The more times you go, the more pro-ams you can bowl in, the more times you guys can see these guys off the lanes rather than on the lanes. You can develop relationships and be a stalker fan, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And
Super fan, I like that better.
super fan. You can become a super fan for sure.
Yep.
Well, and
on the days that I'm not there to see the show and Deucey's there, the first thing, you know, Kenya says is, she says, well, where's Deucey at? I said, just listen to the guy, listen for the whistle. Because once you find the whistle, you found the guy, right? So, yeah, that's what's going on with this cat right here.
And it's even funnier because when the guys be bowling, they could be bowling in Spokane. They're up there doing Marshall's dad's tournament, or they're anywhere else in the country. I'll text them and say, hey, man, you guys are going to hear me whistling from here. So I'm whistling at home, even though I'm not in the same building with y'all.
Yeah.
Well, not the last year when EJ won the U.S. Open, dude, I was almost in tears and I was on the edge of my chair. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Kyle. He's a great friend. But, you know, EJ's family. And I know what that tournament meant to EJ.
Yeah.
Well, we are good buddies with both as well. And I know both of them pretty darn good. I probably know Troop a little bit better than I know EJ. EJ deserved to win in his home state. He should have won the year before, losing to Simo. Gary and I were in the crowd, and we cried. I'm telling you, you go back and watch the video, you can see us. We're both doing it. He's wiping away. Yep. We gave Natalie a big hug. It was so freaking cool to be there when that happened.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks later, when they were here in Jackson, I sat down. I talked to EJ. And I'm like, dude, I pulled him off to the side. I'm like, dude, I'm going to tell you something. He goes, what's that? I says, if you think I'm lying, ask Lori. I says, one, nobody deserved that tournament more than you did. I know what that tournament meant to you. I said, I was on the edge of my chair through the whole thing. And then when you won it, I was in tears. He walked over, he gave me a big hug. He's like, thanks, man. He said, I really appreciate that.
He does appreciate stuff like that. And I was really cool because Marshall made the cut, AJ made the cut, EJ made the cut for Jackson. Yep. And I went, it's only 3.5 hours for me. I'm driving. I came over to watch them bowl. So
yeah,
it was really cool.
With you.
Yeah, exactly. Now that more stalkers, and your daughter was there too.
Yes, she was.
Exactly. Yep. So I got to be in the stands when EJ won 3 times this year. That was so cool to be an opportunity to just watch him win and win and win. Yep. I was like, dude, if you go to a major tournament again, you're gonna have to fly me in just be your lucky charm, so see you win somewhere else.
Well, we had some people that bowl at our local bowling center that know that we know them, but they don't know how well we know them. During the Pro-Am in Jackson, they were bowling on the pair right next to us. And the way they did it is they were back in the locker room, they brought them out, and they walked right up the approach. Every one of them came over and as they walked by, gave me a hug.
Yep.
You know, just a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody's like, oh, well, you guys do know these guys real well, don't you? It's like, yeah, we do.
Yep.
But you know what? And everybody's like, well, what are they like away from the bowling center? I says, the guys I bowl with on Friday night, I says, you know how we get done bowling? We go in the bar and hang out. They go, yes, that's exactly what they do.
Exactly. They're normal people. They're normal people. They put their pants on one leg at a time. They do something very special for a living that makes them special on that end. Mm-hmm. But other than that, they're normal people. I mean, I'm former military. I stood right next to President Reagan, Vice President Bush, Corazon Aquino, Gorbachev. Those are normal people. They put their pants on one leg at a time, but they have very specialized jobs, and these guys do too.
Yep.
Well, in the years that I spent in racing, I've been next to, I've been in the garage area with Roger Penske. I've been in the garage area with Rusty Walsh and all those guys. I've been on the garage area in NHRA garages. I used to work with Colettos.
Yeah.
I've been with John Force. I've been around Don Prudhomme. And those guys, I tell you what, Force will be the first one to tell you. When he's done racing, give him a beer. That's all I want. Just sit back and relax. And we've all been down there, out there. That's what EJ and Ronnie and everybody does. We'll go to the bar. Ronnie pick up his guitar. We just hang out and have a good old time. But
let me jump in here real quick because we're on the live chat too on social media. I got a gentleman by the name. He's going by looks like Rickshaw Rob.
Okay.
Wants to know if Lloyd has ever been to Virginia and raced in Virginia. Said you.
I have, yes.
Okay, Rickshaw Rod.
Okay. Yes, I have raced in Virginia.
Okay.
I've run a sprint car down there before.
Well, there you go. So see, you got a fan in Virginia. So there you go.
He ain't got nothing to do with bowling, but he's got some racing fans.
Yeah, right.
Well, racing fans and bowling fans are the same one. Actually, you know what? That's the reason why I started bowling.
Oh, really?
Come November at the end of the racing season, I had nothing to do.
Sure.
And so I'd go up to the bowling alley and hang out with a few friends. And they're like, well, why don't you bowl? I said, I don't know how. So they taught me. I still don't know how, but hey, at least I throw a ball down the lane. We have a good time.
It don't matter if you know how. It's about going having fun.
Exactly. That's the main thing.
So remind everyone, Deucey, how you got into bowling.
Oh, how I got into bowling?
Yeah.
Oh, I got into bowling with my ex-wife. We bowled in a mixed league when I was serving in the military out of Fairfax, Virginia. Wanted something to do on a weekend, during the week, something to do. So we started bowling in this mixed league, and then that's how I got started. And I knew absolutely squat about bowling. Nothing. I wish I'd have started when I was a kid, but I didn't. I didn't start till I was like 22 and didn't even really take it seriously. And then I really didn't start bowling. I mean, I bowled in 1990, and I took a break for 20 years, and I didn't get a bowling ball until 2010. I came out to bowl with the guy that actually is crazy. So I bowled down in Plainfield Lanes, and that's where Prather bowls out of. Mm-hmm. And the same guy that drilled AJ Stuff, this guy's named Steve Lunsford, I was bowling on his team. I didn't know any of this stuff. This is all looking back. And I come out with a black rhino urethane, and the guy goes, yeah, you might need some new equipment. So we got some new equipment, and I've been hooked ever since. Been bowling since 2010, and then I got hooked up here with my buddies that I bowl with up here, and we're all PBA Stalker fans. Just love it. We just think it's a cool thing ever.
Yep.
Now, what about you, Gary? You're not a bowler, but you have a bowling company. You got a daughter that's an All-American, blah, blah, blah. How's bowling fit into your family?
That's where it came into me because Sierra got into bowling because my sister and brother-in-law owned the bowling center here in town. Mm-hmm. And I got hooked up with Shannon O'Keefe. Mm-hmm. And she got me hooked up with Deandra. So Deandra and I were doing a lot of talking and sent videos, and she said, hey, she has some potential, but I'd like to see her, in person. So we drive up to Chicago, and we do actually Belmo was in town. Mm-hmm. So she spent 2 hours with, an hour with Sierra, and Sierra spent an hour with her and Belmo. And then they said, she's got potential. She could bowl in college. There's some things she needs to work on, if she's willing to commit. So we made 4 trips to Chicago in 6 months, just going up there getting coaching. Got into Deandra got us into Turbo. That's how we're, they're a main brand sponsor for us now, and got into the Collegiate Expo. And Sierra, when it was over with, Sierra had 13 offers to bowl in college.
Wow, that's awesome.
So she, so that's how it went from there. And then She got into the foundation because she wanted to give back because she had all these offers. You know, she was the first girl from the state of Alabama to get a D1 scholarship in bowling, 2/3 paid, by the way, from UAB. Me and Mom only owed $12,000 when she graduated. That's done. So she wanted to give back, so she wrote the book. We started the foundation, and then, you know, the rest is history. Yeah.
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, I coach over the things that I've learned over the years. I coach adults, kids, whatever. I've never taken one dime to coach them because my thought is I want to see them excel. I want to see them perform. That look on their face when they shoot a 270, 280 game or shoot 300, that's my payment. I've had a couple of my kids that I've coached shoot 300, and they're like, okay. And I'm almost in tears because of it.
All right, well, I'm gonna need some coaching, Lloyd, because I ain't shot at 300 yet, so I'm gonna need some coaching. I need you to come cry with me. We'll cry together.
Okay, so I gotta ask this question because, you know, I'm controlling because people are liking, you know, the zooming in and everything. Deucey, look at Lloyd's shirt.
I tried. Johnny, what is it? Johnny Duck?
Johnny Quick.
Johnny Duck.
Johnny Quick. Oh, that's Johnny Quick from Street Outlaws.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I don't know Johnny Quick, but
We know him.
I know
him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I thought the shirt actually said Johnny Deuce, and then I thought it said Johnny Dick. And I'm like, my God, Lloyd's drinking what I'm drinking over here. Yeah. We're not going to name it because they're not paying us. But anyway, like Johnny Dick, what is that?
Yeah, if you watch Street Outlaws, Johnny Quick is from Taylor, Michigan, which is not 15 minutes from where we are. And
bro,
I see him all the time.
Well, there you go. You need to bring him to a PBA event, right? So,
hey, speak here. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to try it right here.
Hang on. Let me get you there. All right, go ahead. All right, now put it up there. What does it say? Midwest?
Midwest Streetcars. You know what that is,
Okay.
Lloyd.
Yep.
That's Sean and Big Chief Sean.
Murder Novas.
Murder Nova and Big Chief.
Yep. In Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, that's where my brother lives. So I went out there and I visited. So not only am I a stalker for on the PBA, I'm a street. I went to stalk their shop and it was closed, but at least got a picture of their door. Yeah, I was going to stop and see. I'm a fan of the show. Oh, hell, I was wearing it earlier. I was wearing a Dung Beetle shirt.
Oh, really?
Earlier today from Asian's Dung Beetle shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Brian Davis. Met him several times. He's a very nice guy.
Chucky.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I actually was going to talk to you guys, seeing we're just chatting here, so let's chat about one more thing. I'm actually going to bowl. I'm going to go to Thunder Bowl.
Okay.
Hang on a sec here.
The World Series in April.
No. I'm going to be there in January.
Really?
My office is having I work for United Van Lines, and their corporate headquarters in Farmington Hills, and they're having their annual meeting and Christmas party in January. Well, I'm coming in on Thursday, and I'm going to go to Thunder Bowl and bowl on Thursday night, just to have something to do.
All right.
Because I have to go see that center. I have to see it.
Oh yeah, you do.
Dude. What you see on TV is just the arena.
Yeah.
They've got another 80 lanes in the main bowling center.
Right.
Then they've got another 20 lanes on the other end.
Yeah, I got to go see it.
That's all cosmic, and that's the video games and everything else.
Well, Lori, we're friends on Facebook. I don't think Lloyd and I are friends. I don't even think Lloyd's on Facebook.
He doesn't have Facebook.
I don't have Facebook anymore.
That's all right. Lori, I'm going to send you a message with info so that we can, if you guys are available that Thursday night, come out, we'll bowl, we'll have some drinks, have some fun.
Oh,
now, is this before or after Indy? Is this before or after?
That is before Indy.
Before Indy.
Okay.
That's the weekend before Indy. The very next weekend, we're going to be there. Are you guys coming to Indy for the U.S. Open?
Yeah, we're planning on being down there.
Okay.
We may or may not bring Ashley.
Her daughter.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide out in Timmy Mack's pro shop.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait for Lori to walk by.
Okay. And you'll stalk me?
I'm going.
That's all right. I'm gonna wait.
And I'm going to come up.
I'm gonna hang out at the front door, and then when Lori walks by, I'm gonna grab her arm and walk by, and then you can talk to Lloyd.
The plan was for me to be in the pro shop, and when she walks by, just grab a hold of her, say, "Hey."
No, but
I might like it.
no, we will have a great time. When are you guys going to?
Lloyd, all I said was I was just going to grab her. I didn't say groping. I just said, "Hey, I was just going to grab you." Like, hey.
Well, hey, we're
friends.
we're all family, so it's all good, baby.
Family by association.
Just because I'm from the South, the whole family thing. That's
hey, I have Alabama
not on the
family,
mountain.
so we could be family.
We don't do this. We don't do this in the valley, man. The people on the mountain, now, they do what they want to do. But
hey, my family's from Kentucky and Missouri. We don't do it in there either. But
you actually made my face turn red. Look at you.
So when are you guys planning on being down for the Open? You got what day are you going to think about getting down?
We're probably going to be down there like Friday, and then be down there the weekend.
Okay,
Perfect.
so we'll be primed and ready by the time you get.
Yeah, we're gonna get there on Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I got to work.
Well, we might be able to do it.
We might come down Thursday night. You never know.
Why don't you just come on down? It's just a job, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what forced us to go do that.
Are they going to fire you? What are they going to do? So you can't work here no more? So fine, I'll go somewhere else.
Right.
That's true. But Lori got doing a thing a couple years ago. She got.
Wait a minute. Wait. Lori's doing a thing. Wait a minute. Okay, now go ahead. There
it's
we go.
for all the guys, so it's all clean. She started making brownies, and
and they're not.
Buttriff was the
Special
one
brownies.
actually.
Let me get Deucey in here. I saw him nodding his head.
Butters actually asked her for some brownies when we went to Fairlawn, and so she made him a bunch. And of course, I threw her under the bus to EJ and AJ and all the guys. That how many times we've been to EJ's house. She never brought anything like that, but Butters asked one time, and that's it. She just drops everything. Of course, he had a little fun with it. But Parker said that she is not allowed in the building at a PBA event without brownies.
Really?
She has got a sweet tooth like you wouldn't believe.
So now it's going to be.
Why don't you just take the whole container and leave one for somebody else? Parker's dad. So
it's going to be Mama Vi, Angie's cookies, and it's going to be Lori's brownies. That's the thing. All right.
That's the thing.
Now, you know how big Bobby Jackal is. He's bigger than I am.
He's like 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Chris Schlimmer, the old ball rep for Storm and Rotogrip. He's a big boy too. Now imagine me, him, and Bobby all standing there.
Eating brownies.
And Bobby's got a handful of brownies. And he goes, yeah, I can outrun either one of you two. And Slim looks at him and says, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't running to nowhere. Me and Lloyd go down here to the all-you-can-eat buffet, and we stay right there. We'll wait for you to run down there.
I used to live out in Idaho, and the guys tell me all the time, man, I need to take you out bear hunt. I'm like, why? Because they just says, I don't have to worry about outrunning the bear. I just need to outrun you.
Exactly. You ain't got to be the fastest one. Just don't be the slowest.
Nope. You just don't have to be the slowest one.
Exactly.
So let me throw this in there. So because I don't think Lori and Lloyd knows this story. So if you're known for the brownies, right? And Deuce is known for the whistling. What do you guys think I'm known for?
I know.
What?
Can I answer?
Yeah, you answer. Yeah.
He's Gary Moonshine. That's Gary Moonshine.
Oh yeah.
That's Gary Moonshine.
I didn't want to say it, but we know.
Now tell him, Deuce. We were there for the at Indy this year.
It was the U.S. Open, and
I'm out working the room doing the PR stuff, right?
So we got our seats. Everybody's got our reserve seats. Got our names on it. Blah blah blah. So I got my name in there. We got Hollywood in there. Everybody's got their spot. And there's a seat right next to me, and I'm standing. and the guy behind me is looking down at the name on the seat, and it says Gary Moonshine. And the guy behind me goes, dude, that's got to be a made-up name. I go, no, that's the guy's name. His name's Gary Moonshine. He'll be here in a minute. You're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, his name's Gary Moonshine. He's from the South. He didn't know who his daddy was, so they just named Moonshine.
So I come in because we're sitting in the VIP area, right? And I come in, the guy, I go to sit down, Deuce. We're already feeling it. We're already high fiving. We're feeling good. This guy said, "Is this your name?" He said, "Is this you?" I said, "Yeah." He turned and said, "Damn!" He reached his wallet. He bet the guy like $50 or something.
He bet his buddy's like, that's not his name. I'm like, yeah, that's his name, bro. I bet him $50. I'm like, it's his name, man. I'm telling you. And Gary and I did not talk about this one bit. I don't think Gary even knew that it was that his name was written in there as Gary Moonshine. But he walked up, completely played it perfect. Yep, that's my name, Gary Moonshine.
And we have that. We have our contact. That takes care of all that stuff for us, right? And she really knows my last name, but on every sheet, she still puts Gary Moonshine on there.
Well, that's perfect.
I mean, it's fitting.
Yeah, we got another story about Moonshine that we can't share on air that we will talk about at the U.S. Open.
You got it. Because we went out to your truck last year at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, exactly.
Who hasn't been out to my truck?
All I gotta say is there's so many guys on the PBA may not know who his name is, but they know what color truck he drives.
Right.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about one certain person.
Yeah.
Who went out there that we never thought would go out there because of who they are.
Yeah.
And they looked at us and they said, "Wow, I have really been missing out not coming to the South."
Yeah.
And you guys will be surprised. I will text you and let you know who it is.
You better.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. We need the bowling season's getting ready to kick off. That's going to be awesome. We're going to do.
Yep.
Hey, World Series of Bowling is in your house this year.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. Me and Gary kind of disappointed because it was in Wisconsin. It was easy peasy for me. I took the motorhome up there and just camped out in the parking lot. That was kind of fun. But now, Gary, we're going to have to go over to Michigan.
Yeah, bring it on.
Hey, maybe I can bring the motorhome, park at your driveway.
You got it. Bring it on.
Hey, you're right.
Don't park it at Thunderbolt.
Dude, we got an extra bedroom. I would say 2 bedrooms, but Lori's got to have her makeup room.
Yeah, one's my makeup room. So.
Hey, we're former military. We can sleep anywhere. We'll get our own
I'll
hotel.
sleep in the makeup room. It don't bother me. I don't care.
It does have a furry carpet.
It's got what?
Furry carpet.
Exactly.
Furry carpet.
I don't date girls like that no more.
Now, come on.
I tell you what, Lori, you're gonna
Not that kind.
you're gonna get it when you get to Indy. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh,
You
God.
least expect
It went boom, and then it was
I've
like,
got
oh,
gifts.
I get it now.
I've got gifts for you anyway that I've been stashing over here at the house. So
Well, I'm ready for him.
Yeah. What's his name? Gary Moonshine. Surprise.
Oh.
Before we let you guys go, we got to tell this. It's one of the best stories. World Series of Bowling.
Okay.
So Kenya and I fly up, okay, and we get to the airport. Kenya's like, let's get this car. I said, no, I'll get this one over here. She said, no, let's get this one. I said, no, I want this one right here. It's right here in the intermodal lane. I'm not walking 40 feet to get it. Let's get this one right here. It's brand new. It's got like 500 miles on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She said, but you're going to be sorry. So we get the car. We get out on the interstate. I guess we went maybe 2 miles, and it was the god-awfulest smell coming out of that car.
And granted, it's January. I mean, it's
January.
cold. It's freezing cold. And
I roll up in the parking lot at the World Series of Bowling, and this dude right here is in his motorhome. We've got all the windows down. We couldn't turn the heater on because it made it stink 100 times worse. And Deucey says, dude, why are you rolling up when the windows down? And Kenya said, because he's a damn idiot and he won't listen to nobody. So I'm explaining, and he said, oh, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. So we were going to eat somewhere. I said, all right, ride with me. since you got the motorhome. Because that was
Yeah, I
the
didn't want
plan.
to drive the motorhome and go eat.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Sure.
So we get in, Deucey's, we got the windows, we had the windows down. Deucey's rolling the windows up. Cut the heat on, man. Cut the heat on. And I cut the heater on. And my God, we had to stop at a Kroger. And what did we get? 27 air fresheners?
We bought all the black ice, the Christmas tree things they had, put them everywhere, put them in the air vents, and it didn't matter. Dude, somebody had died in that car. Something was bad.
Yeah.
It was horrid.
Now
But
you
the
see why it only
thing
had
was-
500 miles on it.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted it.
it was horrible.
So I called National. I said, hey, this is the problem. They said, well, bring it back. We'll give you another one. I said, no, I'm not going to drive all the way back over there because we're leaving in a couple of days. They said, all right, we'll credit you 2 days. So I pull up to turn the car in. Guy said, you got any problems? I said, well, what does it say on your readout? I said, something about you had a distinct smell or something. I said, yeah, that's what it is. The guy stuck his head in there. He said, my God, man, who's shitting in this car?
I was like, dude, I ain't going for breakfast with y'all in the morning. I'll just drive the motorhome. Screw that. I ain't getting in that car.
Because of Nettie driving down the road.
Yeah, exactly. That's terrible.
It was bad. It was
But
terrible.
every time, so the best thing about it is obviously we all don't get to see each other enough because we all live all different places in the country. So when we get the opportunity and use the tournaments as an excuse, like you said, friends become family, and it's just more and more. It's a family reunion when we go get to do this. So I'm super stoked to see you guys in Indy, and then we'll try and plan something while we're in Indy. We can all look at our calendar to figure out what's going on, and try and figure out what we want to do for the World Series. Because the World Series, in my opinion, is one of the coolest things ever because they're there for a freaking 10 days. I mean, it's just they're there forever. I really like the summer swing when they did it in Illinois when they were at Parkside. They had 4 different tournaments going on at the same time, so they were there the entire week. I like the opportunity. It gives you more chances to see them and just watch what they do.
Oh, exactly. And the thing is you got one day you're in there watching, they're qualifying on shark, real long oil pattern. The next day you come in, well, they're on cheetah, which is real short. And now with this new urethane rule, you're going to really see how good these guys really are.
Absolutely.
And I get from everybody, oh, well, I can average 220. Really? Well, why aren't you out there making a killing?
Okay.
I got it. Before I let them go, I got a comment here. All right. This is from Ball Slayer. It said, I don't give a blank what it smelled like. If I could go hang out with you guys in the motorhome, I would take care of the car myself.
Tell him that budget's renting cars. We're telling him where we're going to be and come on party with us.
Exactly.
I think I'm just going to fly to Michigan. I'm not gonna, and somebody can pick me up.
Exactly. Yeah, fly to Michigan. You can fly to Detroit just as easy as you can fly to Chicago.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, you can do that. Come on.
Lloyd can pick me up in his racer or whatever. He's got the Johnny Dick shirt, whatever it is.
You know that's right, baby.
Hey, just pick him up in the Johnny Quick car.
Yeah, Johnny Quick car.
Well, Johnny's Mustang.
Yeah.
It's only got about 4,000 horsepower. So yeah,
orange. It's an orange Mustang. Isn't it orange, Lloyd?
Yep.
Yep. That thing's badass, dude.
Oh, it is.
And it's so funny. Oh, it's street outlaws. Mother Hubbard, them ain't no damn street cars. I don't care what you say. That ain't no street car, man. That thing is a full-blown freaking race car.
Oh, I've seen the inside of Johnny's car, and it's full blown.
It's full-blown race car.
We need to get
person 4,000 horsepower.
I need to get Lloyd a shirt that says Johnny's Deuce and Dick or something.
Hey, I don't know if you remember the last time you saw him, but that is a big dude. I would not get him a shirt like that. Just saying.
I was behind him walking.
Yeah, you were behind him. That's an easy place to be.
I know it. I was like, I know this guy. How do I know this guy? And it dawned on me a little bit later when he told me. He said, "Don't you remember? We was in the VIP lounge there at Aldean's place." I'm like, "Was that you?" He said, "Yeah, that was me." I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry."
I got to tell you a story on that night when we left.
Oh, okay.
No.
I have.
This is supposed to be PG, but I think
It's
fine.
PG. It's fine. So as we're leaving, Lori puts her hand on my back and grabs the back of my pants for me to lead the way through the crowd. So we get to the steps. We start down the steps. Now Lori's wearing 4-inch heels.
I remember.
So she's 6'9" with the 4-inch heels, right? 6'9".
Just a little taller
So-
than him.
We start down the steps. All of a sudden, her hand disappears off my back. And I get to the bottom steps and I feel a hand on my back again. So I go right on. I'm thinking, okay, whatever, she's let go for a second. She's right there. I get to the door and I turn around to say something to her and she's not there. Somebody else had put their hand on my back and was following me through the crowd. Lori her heel caught the step and she had done a tumble down the stairs.
Jeez.
Yep. And jumped up, and I felt bad for knocking a drink out of a girl's hand. And she goes, "Are you okay?" I go, "I'm fine." I jump up and walk out, and I go, "What happened to you? I just fell down the stairs."
Yeah. Crazy.
So,
Yeah, it was 4-inch. I don't know how she was walking. I mean, I had my boots.
Those
on.
are easy. I walk around the plant in those
dude, she does that all the time.
all day.
Well,
When she puts
leave
out
them
her
at
boat-
home. Don't bring them to Indy. Just leave them at
Oh,
home.
Oh,
yeah.
she'll wear them to Indy.
I wear them.
That's
Don't
right.
need you. Don't
Bring
need
them
you
to
falling. Don't need you falling in the bowling center, causing a disruption in the back
I
here.
only had 3 drinks, so it wasn't bad.
You had more than 3.
No.
Listen, she had more than 3.
That's just 3 when we were standing over by the other area.
How else do you tumble on a flat surface?
She said stairs.
They were
She said
stairs.
Stairs?
They were
Stairs.
stairs. You
She
remember
was
they
going
had
down the
like
stairs.
5 flights of stairs? It was the last 5 steps.
Yep.
The last 5 steps.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, it was interesting. So, but real quick, guys, I know a lot of veterans are watching this, and I know you both are veterans. First of all, I want to say thank you to you guys and to all the veterans out there, because everything we do in this country is because of you guys. And I want to, and this comes from both of us, I want to say thank you to all the veterans out there.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. I really do.
And a lot of people don't take the time for the veterans to say, just simply shake their hand and say thank you.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, we one of our guys is not with us tonight. That
He was supposed to be.
They was supposed to be here. He texted us earlier and said that Jason just got back from Israel, Syria, and Iraq, and he was there for 3.5 weeks. He missed Thanksgiving with his wife and kids because they called him on a Saturday. He left on a Tuesday, and then he texted us today and said that some of his guys are going back out, and he's got to get the guys ready. So he'd have been with us tonight. So,
Okay.
but I appreciate it, man. 10 years Navy, and Ducey, you had what was it? 6?
No, I was just in 4 years, part of
4 years
the
Army.
4 years U.S. Army Honor Guard out in Washington, D.C., 2 million soldier, U.S. Army Honor Guard, drill team. That was my unit. And then when I got out, I did 2 years in the Scout Battalion for the Illinois National Guard. But I was going to tell you guys, and I cherished the time that I was in the service. But when I was 18 to 22 years old, you didn't know what kind of impact that had in your life until you look back when you're 50. And when you're
Right.
55, 56, it's like, wow, that was really freaking cool. But and I got to wrap. I know we got running out of time, but I want to share the story real quick. So I get a lot of heartburn when I watch the news.
Mhm.
People doing this, people doing that, protesting this, protesting that. But hey, the reason that we served is to give those people the right to do that.
Right.
But one of the coolest things that happened to me is Christy and I went out to Washington, D.C., and I got to go see it from a civilian side rather than from a military side.
Right.
So we took a tour of Arlington National Cemetery as a civilian, and I had been attached to that to the cemetery part of Fort Minor.
Right.
So we went to go take the trolley ride basically up there, and this gentleman comes up, and he was a black man, and he came up, and he had a Mediterranean accent. He had I don't know if it was Cuban, I don't know if it was Jamaican, but it was something. He was not from the United States. He didn't have an American accent. And he asked me and the guy standing next to me, he says, "Hey, are you guys veterans?" And we both said yes. He said, "Hey, I want to thank both of you. It's guys like you that allowed my family to come here as immigrants, and my children were born here, and now they have gone to college, and they are both doctors, and they are helping people in the United States because of guys like you to defend our freedoms.
Yep.
Me and that two dude, we both cried.
Yeah.
We both cried when he said that. We're like, dude, thanks, man. That was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk up if I see a veteran at a restaurant or a store or whatever. I'll walk up, shake their hand, and say thank you.
And sometimes he talks to him for a long
Do you
time.
ever buy them dinner or anything? You buy any?
I have, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, cool. You're buying me and Gary dinner next time.
Okay, talk to my financial advisor over here and my planner.
Before you two go, I'll add to the story that you said, because I retired working from from the state. It was only going to stayed off 6 months. Was only going to work part time, and then Uncle got back in the Army over there, and now it's a full time job. But the department that I work in, you see a lot of veterans, and this is what I started doing. I see a lot of elderly gentlemen who have got Vietnam vet hats on, and what I've been doing is going up. Of course, I always wear my Navy stuff. Even though it's Army based, and yes, instead of me playing Army when I was a kid, I played Navy. Just so you know.
That's all right.
I know y'all won, but it wasn't fair. But anyway,
loose lips take ships.
I understand. I understand. But I've been going up to these guys, and I've been walking up to them instead of saying thank you for your service, especially the Vietnam guys. I walk up to them and say, "Hey, brother, welcome home," and these guys will just cry.
Yep.
Because they didn't get that.
They didn't get that, man. They didn't get the country has done a 180 for people that from Vietnam to, really the next thing was the Iraq War, Desert Storm kind of deal. That was really the next action that anybody saw. And I was lucky enough, I call myself lucky. I was lucky enough to not go to Grenada. That happened right before I got in.
Right.
I did not have to go to Iraq for Desert Storm because I got out right before that. So I served this little tiny window that I didn't have to see some asshole shooting at me. So I feel blessed for that.
Yeah. But these guys, they just cry.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you hug their necks, man. And then they'll tell you, "Hey, thank you for your service." And I'll say, "Well, listen, my time in the service was not like what you were," because you could tell these guys were combat veterans.
Yeah,
right.
And you can tell by the insignias and stuff that they wear, but yeah, Lloyd, you're exactly right, man. And I appreciate any time anybody says that to me. I served with pleasure and honor, not because it was a have to, and I would do it again if my knees would hold up, but you're 57 years old. There's some things you just can't do anymore.
Exactly.
Hindsight being 2020, I look back at it and go, I wish I'd have stayed the entire 20 years.
Yeah,
5 years, retired, started another career. I could have been retired from that too.
Right.
But you don't know how good you had it until you're gone. And
exactly. Well, guys, we appreciate you jumping in here and sharing this episode with us. We're going to we'll see you guys in Indy.
You got it.
We'll be talking between now and then. And hey, and tune in Thursday night. We got another special guest coming in. So you guys jump on there and watch. Send me messages like the people have been sending here on YouTube.
We sure will.
Yeah. All right. You guys take care, and we'll see you guys soon, okay?
Bye.
Great
See y'all
show.
soon.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
You too. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
So I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we ran a little long, but that's okay. It's a work in progress. It's great to have good people on. You're never going to have bad people on.
And that's the difference of what you and I do versus what everybody else does. So we got about 11 minutes. So we'll just touch on a couple of things. We did an interview with AJ, and we didn't have the live stream completely set up like we do now, to where it's actually on YouTube as well. So I'm excited about that. So it's going to be on some from now on. We do it the way we got it set up. It's going to be on YouTube all the time.
How can people go to YouTube and see this? It's P4P
Bowling.
P4P Bowling. So even when we're done, you can go back to P4P's site and watch this that we're talking about right now?
Yeah, sure can. Yeah, you
Nice.
can watch it anytime you want to. It's archived. So
Because I am a subscriber to P4P Bowling. We haven't had a lot of things on there, but yeah, let's put this out there for sure.
So that's what we're going to do, and then I'm going to transpose this over to our Instagram and to our Twitter site. So we'll be good. So that's one thing. So we're going to get AJ back on. He's got something he's going to do for us. He was kind of busy this week. He's closing on his house. So we got him coming on, and it worked out good because Jason wasn't able to come. So we're going to do something with AJ again. We're going to just see what's working out with him. I've lined up several other guys. And Ducey, if you got some guys that you want to bring on and do the same thing with the super fans, I'd like to do a super fan, once a month. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
So, but I hope that I hope everybody's enjoying this. We're going to make things. We're going to do some things different, and this is going to be a different kind of podcast than what you're used to. So,
sure. And it's funny because I went back, and there's several people out there on YouTube that have YouTube channels, and this is all they do now is their YouTube channel.
Right.
But their very early ones were they weren't even close to where they're at now, and they've been doing it 3, 4, 5 years.
Right.
We are completely in our infancy.
Exactly.
We are private E1s. This is the very beginning. We just graduated boot camp based training, and we're trying to put stuff together.
And you know what we call that in the Navy, right?
Boot camp.
Seaman.
What?
Seaman apprentice.
Seaman
apprentice. Seaman recruit. Seaman apprentice.
You're not even a full seaman. You're just a seaman apprentice.
When you come in, you're a recruit. Then you're an apprentice. Then you're a seaman. Then you go in. Then you make petty officer first. A third class.
Petty officer is an E3.
Petty officer is an E4.
E4.
Yeah,
so
E5 is a second class, and I was an E6, so I was a petty officer first class.
So in the Army, a private E1, that's no stripe. Private E2, that's one stripe. Private first class, that's one stripe with a rocker, so that's an E3. And then as an E4, you can be a specialist, or a corporal. Corporal is a non-commissioned officer. They don't use corporals very much. Well, they might now. Hell, I don't know, but they didn't use it much when I was there. And then then an E5 after that, you become a sergeant, staff sergeant, E7, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is.
I'm thinking about on our jerseys, on our dog tag bowling jerseys, I'm thinking about getting everyone a seaman patch.
No. No. How about we all get our rank put on it? I'm down with that.
You just said we were starting out, man. We were going through,
No.
boot camp. We were going through basic training, all that stuff.
Hey, we are starting out at this, but dog tag bowling.
We'll go from recruit. We'll go to apprentice. How about that? You get two slices.
Well, I hate to tell you, bro, but the dog tag bowling, you're going to get voted out. You're the only seaman in the group. Right? Because you got Jason. Jason's
I'm not a seaman anymore, man.
You got the colonel. He's Army. Yeah. I'm Army. And I think Hollywood was Army.
Hollywood's Army. And then Chris, who is in Missouri, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Chris is in the Army.
He's Army too, then.
He's Army too. I'm the only Navy guy.
You're the only Navy guy. So, hey, that's all right. We all need a chauffeur. We need somebody to get us where we're going.
I hear you.
Dude,
I think I'll put that online. I think that would be cool if I put all your ranks on yours, and then then you guys see me and it's just got the one slash. It says it's a seaman.
I love you. I'm just busting chops. I appreciate everything you do. That's like Lloyd and Lori said earlier. It's friends / family, man. We're all family now. It don't matter. We're brothers. We're gonna be brothers till the day we die. So I can bust chops like it is. So.
Let me before we get out of here, we got a couple more minutes. So coming up on our next episode, we're going to have one of our brand corporate brands is going to be with us. I've got two of them that I've put contacts out to, and I'll let you know which one's going to come on first. But they're going to come on and talk about what they're going to do for our project that we're doing here at Dog Tag Bowling. So we'll have them on. They're going to come and talk about what they're going to do for us, what they're going to add to the program, the project that we're doing. So we're looking forward to that. A couple of guys are going to come back. We're going to get AJ to come back. Matt Sanders is going to come be with us. EJ's got the child, got the baby coming and all this kind of stuff. And then we're going to try to nail down Ronnie Russell when he ain't on a golf course somewhere. So,
he ain't on a golf course in Indiana right now. So that ain't.
And you need to, you're going to try to get in touch with Troop, see when he's got a minute, he can come on.
I think Kyle would join for a bit. I also think what might be kind of cool is that we might want to get a couple bowling proprietors to join. I got two guys out here.
Okay.
Coming from their perspective, what they see with the bowling community and what we might be able to do to help them.
Right.
I think they might get a charge out of doing that too.
Well, hey, we'll put it all together. This is what's going to make us different from everybody else. Okay.
Sure.
We're talking about bowling, but we're not always talking about bowling balls or bowling bags or equipment. We're talking about the stories. This is the story that we tell the story that nobody hears.
The fan experience, the backside of it, and it's amazing that a lot of people don't even know. I mean, it's when I talk to people, I'm like, what? Like, yeah. This can happen. And like, holy cow, that's way cool.
Exactly. All right, brother. Well, listen, stay safe, stay warm. Okay.
You too, buddy. You too.
I will. We'll be talking, and we'll schedule the next one. And as soon as I get the folks lined up, but guys need to start looking for us. At least once a week. We're going to put some stuff together. So
I'm down, and hopefully our brothers in arms over there in the Middle East are doing okay, and then obviously Jason is doing well. Right. We wish him the best, and hopefully he can join us soon and kind of share some of his experience, because he's the only active duty guy that we know right now. So he can share some of that with us as well.
He's the only active duty guy that works. The colonel, he doesn't work.
Hey, he's got that freaking bird up there. He don't have to work. When
he finished War College. He's going to go up for the star.
He should. Yeah. That'd be awesome. I'd much rather call him general than colonel.
Yeah. So when he goes up for the star, you got to come down for the pinning.
I would.
I mean, he'll fly you down because he wants to have everybody to come down. Well, they shoot the cannons and everything, man. So
I would definitely be.
I'm going to stand out there in my Navy dress. I'm telling you, man. I'm going to.
I don't fit in my Army dress no more. I ain't wearing that.
I'm going to find one. I'm going to find one somewhere. I'll have to stand out there with my naval dress on and all that kind of stuff, man. Have all my ribbons on here and all that, which is not but what, a row and a half. I don't know. That's about all I got. I think I got the 3 and 1. I
got 2. That's it. I got 2. That's it.
I'll let you borrow one. That way it'll be even. I'll give you my Naval Achievement Medal. How about that? You'll like that. I can't part with my Naval Marine Corps. What was that? Naval Marine Corps. What was that medal? It was good behavior or something other like that. So.
We got one. It's called Good Conduct.
There you go.
Good Conduct medal. I had 3. I had 3 Article 15s. I had 3, but they're all company grade, so they didn't go at the top. So I had 3 Article 15s, and I still got a Good Conduct medal.
Wow. I wouldn't expect no less from you, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Well, listen, we'll get out here, spread the word, spread the news. Deuce, I'll be talking to you, and we'll get this all posted. And you have a great night, brother. All right.
You too. Share those comments. Figure out a way to share those comments. I want to see them.
I'll certainly do it, man. And as you said, to all our brothers and sisters in arms, near and far, we love you and thinking of you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Love you, man. Take care.
You too, bro. See you.
See you.